Most people have no idea their gut is the source of their problems. The fatigue, the brain fog, the mood swings, the stubborn weight, the constant bloating, all of it can trace back to one place. Here are 10 things that change when your gut is finally healthy. And wait until you hear number 10. It will completely change how you see your body. Number 1, your brain turns back on. There is a direct highway between your gut and your brain. It is called the vagus nerve, and it carries more information from the gut up to the brain than from the brain down to the gut. Your gut also produces 90% of your body's serotonin. Not your brain, your gut. When your gut lining is inflamed and your bacteria are out of balance, that serotonin production is disrupted. The signals traveling up the vagus nerve become distorted. The brain receives noise instead of clean information. The result is brain fog, difficulty concentrating, slow thinking, that feeling of mental cotton wool that no amount of coffee fixes. When the gut heals, serotonin production normalizes. The vagus nerve signal clears. People consistently report that the brain fog they had accepted as normal simply lifts. Thinking becomes faster. Focus returns. Words come easier. You were not foggy because of stress or age. Your gut was sending your brain garbage signals. Fix the gut and the brain turns back on. Number 2, your mood stabilizes. This follows from number 1, but deserves its own entry because the effect is that significant. The gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your intestinal tract, directly influences the production of dopamine, GABA, and serotonin. These are your primary mood-regulating neurotransmitters. Certain strains of gut bacteria produce precursors to these chemicals. Others produce short-chain fatty acids that reduce neuroinflammation. When those strains are depleted through antibiotics, poor diet, or chronic stress, the chemical foundation of your mood becomes unstable. Anxiety without a clear cause, irritability that seems disproportionate, low mood that arises for no obvious reason. These are frequently gut symptoms wearing a psychological mask. Clinical research has confirmed what practitioners observed for years. Restoring gut microbiome diversity through fermented foods, prebiotic fiber, and removing inflammatory inputs produces measurable improvements in anxiety and depression scores. Your mood is partly a reflection of your gut bacteria. A healthy gut means a stable, regulated emotional state as the default. Number 3, your immune system stops overreacting. 70% of your immune system lives in and around your gut. This is not a coincidence. The gut is the largest point of contact between the outside world and your internal body. Every meal is a potential threat assessment. Your immune system is stationed there to decide what gets through and what gets attacked. When the gut lining is compromised, what researchers call increased intestinal permeability, partially digested food particles and bacterial fragments cross into the bloodstream. Your immune system detects these foreign invaders and launches an attack. But because this is happening constantly, the immune system never stands down. It stays in a state of chronic, low-grade activation. This is systemic inflammation, and it is the underlying driver of allergies, autoimmune conditions, skin issues like eczema and psoriasis, and the seemingly endless list of unexplained symptoms. When the gut lining repairs and the permeability closes, the flood of foreign particles stops. The immune system finally gets to stand down. Inflammation drops, the overreactions quiet, seasonal allergies become less severe, skin clears, joint pain reduces, the body stops fighting itself. A healthy gut is the foundation of a regulated immune system.
Number 4, you start absorbing nutrients properly. You are not what you eat, you are what you absorb. A damaged gut lining cannot absorb micronutrients effectively. The villi, the tiny finger-like projections lining your small intestine that are responsible for nutrient absorption, become blunted and inflamed when the gut is unhealthy. Their surface area shrinks. Their function deteriorates. The result is that you can be eating a perfect diet and still be deficient in iron, magnesium, zinc, vitamin B12, and vitamin D. not because those nutrients are not in your food, but because your gut cannot extract them properly. Iron deficiency causes fatigue and poor oxygen delivery. Magnesium deficiency causes poor sleep, muscle cramps, and anxiety. Zinc deficiency impairs immune function and wound healing. B12 deficiency causes neurological symptoms and low energy. Vitamin D deficiency is linked to depression, immune dysfunction, and bone loss. Many people are taking handfuls of supplements and wondering why they still feel terrible. The supplements are going in, but not getting absorbed. When the gut heals, the villi regenerate. Absorption improves dramatically. The same foods and supplements that were previously passing through with minimal effect begin actually reaching the bloodstream and the cells that need them. You do not just need to eat better, you need a gut that can actually use what you eat. Number 5, your energy levels stop crashing. Chronic fatigue is one of the most common complaints in modern medicine, and one of the most commonly misunderstood. Most people assume fatigue is about sleep or stress, and those factors matter. But gut dysfunction is a direct and underappreciated cause of persistent low energy. Here's the mechanism. When gut bacteria are imbalanced, a condition called dysbiosis, harmful bacteria and yeast can ferment undigested food and produce byproducts including various organic acids and gases. These byproducts enter the bloodstream and create a toxic load that the liver has to work overtime to clear. This metabolic burden is exhausting at the cellular level. When the gut heals, dysbiosis resolves. The toxic byproduct load drops. Inflammation decreases. Mitochondrial function recovers. People consistently describe the energy shift after gut healing as profound. Not a caffeine-like stimulation. A baseline energy that is simply present without effort. Waking up and feeling rested. Getting through the afternoon without a crash. Having energy left at the end of the day. Number 6, your weight becomes easier to manage. The gut microbiome has a direct influence on body weight that goes far beyond calories in and calories out. Specific strains of gut bacteria regulate how much energy your body extracts from food. Research has shown that people with certain bacterial profiles extract more calories from the same meal than people with different profiles. Your gut bacteria literally determine how much of what you eat becomes body fat. Gut bacteria also regulate appetite hormones, specifically ghrelin, which drives hunger, and leptin, which signals fullness. When the microbiome is disrupted, these hormonal signals become dysregulated. You feel hungry even after eating enough. You never feel truly satisfied. The body keeps demanding food because the feedback loop is broken. Additionally, a leaky gut drives chronic inflammation, and chronic inflammation directly promotes fat storage, particularly visceral fat around the organs. People who have struggled with weight for years despite eating well and exercising consistently sometimes find that healing the gut is the missing variable. The body stops hoarding fat when the gut stops sending emergency signals. Number 7, your skin clears up. The gut-skin axis is one of the most well-documented connections in modern research. Acne, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, and chronic dryness are all strongly associated with gut dysfunction. The link is inflammation and permeability. When the gut lining is leaky, bacterial endotoxins, specifically a molecule called lipopolysaccharide, enter the bloodstream. The immune system responds, but the skin, as the body's largest organ and a major detoxification pathway, ends up bearing a significant portion of that inflammatory burden. Sebaceous glands in the skin respond to systemic inflammation by increasing sebum production. Pores clog, bacteria proliferate, acne develops. In eczema and psoriasis, the immune overactivation triggered by gut permeability drives the inflammatory skin response directly. When the gut heals and permeability resolves, the endotoxin load in the bloodstream drops. The systemic inflammation quiets. The immune system stops using the skin as a battleground. Many people report that skin conditions they managed for years with topical creams and medications cleared significantly or completely after addressing gut health. Not because they treated the skin differently, because they treated the source. Clear skin is often a reflection of a clean gut. Number 8, your sleep deepens. The gut-sleep connection runs in both directions. Poor sleep damages the gut. A damaged gut disrupts sleep. Here is the mechanism going from gut to sleep. Your gut bacteria regulate the production of tryptophan, an amino acid that is the direct precursor to serotonin, which in turn converts to melatonin,
your primary sleep hormone. When gut bacteria are imbalanced, tryptophan metabolism is disrupted. Less serotonin is produced. Less serotonin means less melatonin. Less melatonin means difficulty falling asleep. Gut inflammation also elevates cortisol, the stress hormone that suppresses melatonin directly and keeps the nervous system in a state of alertness that is incompatible with deep sleep. When the gut heals, tryptophan metabolism normalizes. Serotonin and melatonin production recover. Cortisol drops to its appropriate baseline. People who heal their gut consistently report a qualitative shift in sleep, not just longer sleep, deeper sleep, more vivid dreams, which indicate proper REM cycling. Waking up actually feeling restored rather than just less tired. Better gut health does not just change how you feel during the day, it changes what happens to your body at night. Number 9, your digestion becomes effortless. This one sounds obvious. Of course digestion improves when your gut is healthy. But most people have lived with digestive dysfunction for so long that they have normalized it completely. They think bloating after every meal is just how digestion works. They think being constipated 3 days and then lose the next is just their body. They think the gas and cramping and unpredictable bowel habits are just life. They are not. A healthy gut digests a meal without drama. No bloating, no pain, no urgency, no excessive gas. Food moves through at a consistent, comfortable pace. Bowel movements are regular, well-formed, and effortless. When the gut microbiome is balanced, the right bacteria are present to ferment fiber properly, producing short-chain fatty acids that fuel the cells lining the colon. Motility, the rhythmic muscle contractions that move food through the digestive tract, normalizes. The gut lining is intact and not inflamed. The entire process runs smoothly in the background. The absence of digestive symptoms is not a small thing. It is hours of discomfort, mental preoccupation, and physical restriction that simply disappear from your daily experience.
Number 10, your relationship with food changes completely. This is the one that ties everything together. When the gut is unhealthy, food becomes complicated. Certain foods cause immediate symptoms. Others cause delayed reactions that are hard to trace. The gut sends distorted hunger signals. Cravings for sugar and processed food are intense because the harmful bacteria driving dysbiosis literally feed on sugar and send chemical signals that influence your brain to crave more of it. Food becomes something to manage and fear rather than something to enjoy. When the gut heals, this changes at a fundamental level. The dysbiotic bacteria that were hijacking your cravings are replaced by balanced, diverse microbiota. The cravings for sugar and processed food reduce naturally, not through willpower, but through a genuine biological shift. Whole foods start to taste better. Vegetables that previously caused bloating become well tolerated as the gut develops the bacterial diversity to process fiber properly. Hunger signals become honest again. You eat when you are genuinely hungry. You stop when you are genuinely full. The psychological weight of managing food reactions, planning around symptoms, and avoiding social eating situations begins to lift. Food becomes simple again, enjoyable again. And that shift touches every area of life in ways that are hard to overstate. If this changed how you think about your health, subscribe and turn on notifications. We go this deep every single video. I will see you in the next one.